All right, we begin with a play that everyone around here seems to be talking about, the touchdown catch in the final second of the game between Montana State and South Dakota State that was overturned. And that's the word, overturned. You do not change a call unless there is conclusive evidence, and there was. The correct call was made. And for the people who think that was somewhat of a 50-50 decision, let's go back to the first quarter. Gronowski has a ball that he fumbles, it's trickling out of bounds, and it's recovered by Montana State. Now, to me, it seemed very apparent that the linebacker's foot was out of bounds as he retained possession. The officials ruled in favor of Montana State, so we'll leave all that at that. Sticking with the Bobcats, there is no question about it. They were the more ready football team. They had more juice, more energy, more focus in that first half, and that's probably human nature. I guarantee you, every player, every coach in that program has been thinking about this game against this team in this stadium on September 9th the entire offseason. And it showed. And if you want any idea of how much this game meant to them, go to the post-game press conference. Their quarterback, Sean Chambers, was holding back tears. This is week 2. This is week 2. And he was holding back tears. And on that same note, Matt Zimmer had a tweet about this, and he's correct. Their head coach, Brett Vegan, class act. With everything that concurred in that final minute, with the way he handled himself in that press conference, told me a lot about this program and why they are where they are. That was impressive. Getting to South Dakota State now. That was a really good win. A really good win, but it reminded me of something. You look at what they did in the postseason a year ago. Dominated, and they returned most of that team. This is a new year. This is a new team. It's going to take them time to find their stride. They are not playing their best football. And that's okay. It's only week 2. They got the win, but it reminded me that it is going to take them time to become the team that they expect to be. How about the defensive line? Really, really well-played game. Jared DePriest made some plays. There were several guys on that roster who came to play. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Montana State just had blocked a punt. They recover the ball. They have 1.5 yards to go to take the lead. This Montana State team is probably the best running team in the FCS. They don't even want to throw the football. I don't think they attempted a pass the entire third quarter. Didn't really start throwing the ball until late in the fourth when they had to. They are built to get 1.5 yards when they need 1.5 yards, and they couldn't do it. They could not do it. That was quite the stand from the Jacks. That was really something to see, and that is a good sign at this point in the season that the defense is playing the way they are. A play I want to talk about in offense that I feel kind of put South Dakota State over the hump. Early third quarter, they give the ball to Isaiah Davis. They had been driving. He's on the run now, going down the left sideline. And as he's going out of bounds, throws a defender to the side. And the crowd was amped. That just seemed to do a little... That was the final kick they needed. And I think it was 2 plays later, Gronowski takes the ball down the sidelines and into the end zone for their first score. That play by Isaiah Davis really did something. How about Griffin Wilde? It's the second week of his career. Week 1, first touchdown of the season. Week 2, a game-winning score against the top 3 opponent. Those are legitimately 2 things you dream about, and he's doing it. He's becoming a star. You're going to have to get the kid the ball. When you get the kid the football, good things happen for this offense. Mark Gronowski missed a wide-open Jackson Yonke in the first half. That was a touchdown. Missed him, overthrew him. Go to the fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go. Drops a dime to Graham Goring down the sidelines. You couldn't have placed that ball any better. What does it say about a kid who, when pressure is at its highest, when the stakes are at their highest, he plays his best? What can you say about the kid? It's been said 2,000 times, and I will say it again. That kid is a winner. That's exactly what you want in your quarterback, to a T. Last thing I'd like to say, and maybe there's good reason for it, I'm not sure, but one of the best parts about college football, if you watched week 1, Duke upsets Clemson, and they storm the field. The students are everywhere, and it's all over SportsCenter. In the final moments of that game, Montana State, South Dakota State, the students were going to storm the field, and there were several policemen telling them not to. Maybe there's good reason for it, but I would have loved to see him on the field. And when you get to the top of your sport. And make no mistake about it, South Dakota State is at the pinnacle of the FCS, the absolute pinnacle. You are not going to get many moments to storm a field. And it was right there. It's a top 3 opponent. The drama that ensued in the final minute, the final seconds of that game, it was right there. And they didn't storm the field, and that's okay. But on that same idea, I have been to games in the Big Ten. I have been to games in the SEC, in the ACC. That was one of the best college football environments I've ever been a part of. That was fantastic. So bravo to the people of South Dakota.